They tried to poison him, the one man Earth trusted to speak for all of humanity. At a table full of aliens, he raised the glass and smiled. They watched, knowing what was inside that drink, a liquid designed to kill any human in seconds. He didn't flinch. He drank it all and said, "Another round, please." But what happened next was never supposed to happen. And it changed everything. Everything. Welcome to Predator Protocol. I'm your narrator, a simple human voice, but the stories I tell, they're anything but simple. I bring you the kind of tales they try to hide, about humans they thought were weak, but turned out to be monsters. Let's begin the story. The Saraxian banquet hall was glowing, walls breathing with soft blue light. Alien technology so advanced it felt alive. Everything looked elegant, peaceful, safe. But it wasn't. In the center of the room stood Commander Dale Carter, Earth's top diplomat, tall, broad-shouldered, and wearing a black suit so sharp it could cut through lies. He was the only human in the room. Around him sat 13 alien delegates. Cold eyes, long necks, thin fingers tapping nervously on crystal plates. Each of them had the same thought. This human is about to die. The glass in front of Dale glowed bright blue, a drink unlike any found on Earth. Smooth, thick, slightly smoking. The Saraxians called it Drell Shi. To them, it was a celebration drink. To humans, it was poison. But Dale didn't blink. He raised the glass slowly, looked straight at the female Saraxian across the table, and smirked. "You first?" he teased. She didn't answer, just leaned back and crossed her long green legs. Her dress shimmered like liquid moonlight. "You won't survive it, human," a councilman growled. "This drink dissolves human blood in 12 seconds. Dale laughed softly. 12 seconds, then? I better enjoy it fast." He lifted the glass, sniffed it, and knocked it back in one smooth gulp. Silence. Every alien leaned forward, eyes wide, mouths slightly open, waiting for him to scream, choke, drop dead. Dale licked his lips, raised the empty glass, and said, "Another round, please." One alien gasped. Another dropped their fork. The female Saraxian leaned closer, licking her lower lip. "I must say," she purred, "you humans are full of surprises." Dale leaned in too, voice low. "You have no idea what else I'm full of." She chuckled, a deep, vibrating sound. "I may have to find out later, in private." But not everyone was amused. The elder Saraxian slammed a clawed hand on the table. "This is impossible," he barked. "The drink was enhanced. This time we tripled the dose." Dale's smile didn't fade. He just shrugged. "Maybe Earth drinks are just stronger." He pointed to his chest. "Or maybe we are." Behind the calm face, though, his mind was racing. His nanotech bloodstream enhancers were holding barely. Another glass could push his limits. But he couldn't show weakness. Not here. Not now. One wrong move, and Earth loses its seat in the Galactic Treaty. One blink too slow, and they label humans as unworthy. So he sat back, cool, calm, and just cocky enough to make them nervous. The female Saraxian reached across the table. Long, smooth fingers brushed his hand. "Do you always risk your life so casually, Commander?" Dale tilted his head. "Only when the reward is worth it." He let his gaze drop, then rise, slowly. She smiled. So did he. But behind the glass windows of the chamber, a second group of aliens watched from the shadows. Scientists, military. One whispered, "The poison didn't work. Should we initiate Plan B?" "Not yet," another replied. "Let him have another drink, double the strength. Let's see what breaks first, his body or his mind." Inside the banquet, a second glass arrived. Hotter, deeper blue, bubbling now. Dale looked at it. then at the female Syraxian. She looked back and whispered, "If you survive this one, you earn a night in my chambers." He raised a brow. "And if I don't?" She leaned in, lips close to his ear. "Then I'll kiss your body before it cools down." Dale chuckled. "Sounds like a win-win." As he reached for the glass, the lights in the hall flickered. A low hum buzzed through the walls. Something wasn't right. A secret message blinked in his earpiece, just 3 words. "They know everything." Dale froze. Smile faded just a little. Was it the drink, or the trap that came after the drink, that would finally kill him? He looked around the table and realized something chilling. They were all smiling now, but not like before. Not fake diplomacy, not curiosity. They were expecting something. Something very specific. And it wasn't his death. Dale Carter held the second glass. It was warmer than the first, almost hot. Thick steam curled from the rim like a ghost trying to escape. The color had deepened, now glowing an unnatural purple-blue. He tilted the glass slightly, watched how it moved like it was alive. The bubbles didn't pop. They blinked. Someone was watching him from the shadows. He could feel it. The female Syraxian beside him whispered, "This one's not just a drink, Commander. It's an invitation." Dale turned his head slowly, eyes narrowing. Invitation to what? She smiled, showing smooth, shimmering teeth. To either become a legend or a beautiful corpse. He laughed softly, but his hand was steady. "Story of my life, sweetheart." And then, he drank it. 1 breath, 1 swallow. 1 second, nothing. 2 seconds. A heat spread through his chest. Warm. Then hotter. Then fire. 3 seconds. A pulse hit his skull like thunder. His vision blurred. For a second, the room twisted. Walls stretched. Voices bent. He blinked hard, grabbed the edge of the table. He could see colors that didn't exist. He could hear the eyes of aliens blinking. He could smell fear in the air, and someone's arousal. "They put something extra in this one," he muttered. And then, his heart slowed, body adjusted. The burn became warmth again, mind, sharp, clear. The nanites had caught up. His system stabilized. He grinned. Delicious. The entire table froze. The council elder whispered, "Impossible." One of the guards touched his earpiece and nodded. He looked straight at Dale. He passed it, both doses. His vitals are rising. Rising? No. Enhancing. Dale stood up slowly, a quiet command in his tone. "You tried to break me, but you gave me something better." The female Syraxian stood too, placing a hand on his chest. "You're glowing, Commander." She ran a finger down his tie. "In all the right places." Dale tilted his head. "Careful. Keep touching me like that and I might explode." "Promise?" she purred. But across the hall, a second council member shouted, "This human, he's adapting too fast. His body's learning. His mind's evolving." The elder pounded the table. "Activate Chamber 7, now!" Suddenly, the floor beneath Dale glowed red. Too late to move, a magnetic field locked him in place, his body frozen in a standing position. From the ceiling, a metal claw descended. Not to harm him, but to scan him. The room went silent. The claw hovered just inches from his head and projected a live readout above him. Human DNA, 98% stabilized. Toxic resistance, 342% above baseline. Psychic shielding. Unknown. A second panel opened. Emotional resistance. Error. Libido response. Highly active. Sexual arousal triggers. 92% match. The aliens all stared at the screen, then at the female Syraxian, then at Dale. He smiled. "Well, guess I passed all your tests." The elder snarled. This was not part of the plan. But the female Syraxian stepped forward, slowly, seductively, her voice now commanding. Then maybe it's time we change the plan. The lights dimmed. A different kind of silence fell. Not fear, not tension. Curiosity, desire, power shift. The guards didn't move. They were unsure who was in control now, and in that exact moment, Dale looked at the drink machine behind the table. It blinked once, then twice. A small message glowed. "Drink 3 ready." He turned to her. "Another round?" She licked her lips slowly. "For pleasure or for science?" He raised a brow. "Why not both?" But before anyone could laugh, a red alarm flared. Sirens, lights. A warning voice filled the room. "Unauthorized human breach detected in Sector 9. DNA match, Dale Carter, duplicate found." Duplicate? Dale froze. He turned back to the alien council. They watched out. Aren't smiling anymore. The alarm kept screaming. "DNA match confirmed. Location, Sector 9. Warning, duplicate signal." Every alien in the room turned to Dale. He didn't move, didn't blink, didn't even pretend to be surprised. The elder Saraxian slammed his fist on the table. "This must be a trick. No human can clone himself." Dale looked amused. "Clone? Me? Come on." He adjusted his collar. "You think I'd settle for just one of me?" The female Saraxian smiled, slow and wicked. "Imagine 2 Dales, double the trouble, double the stamina." He leaned toward her, voice low. "I'm not sure the galaxy could handle that, sweetheart." But the others weren't laughing. Guards stepped forward. Blasters powered up. The magnetic field around Dale deactivated, just as the elder stood and barked, "Take him into custody, now!" The guards hesitated. One looked at the female Saraxian. She simply raised a hand. "No one touches him." "This is treason," the elder snapped. "No," she said softly. "This is curiosity." She turned to Dale, eyes glowing slightly now. "What's in Sector 9, Commander?" He shrugged. "Could be a trap. Could be my evil twin. Or maybe it's the part of me you haven't met yet." She stepped closer, voice like silk. "Is it the dangerous part?" "The fun part," he whispered. A long pause, then she nodded to the guards. "Escort him, but don't interfere. Let's see what he does, when he meets himself." Dale smirked. "Always wanted to find out which one of me is the better kisser." She smiled. "You'll have to let me judge that myself. Later." The doors hissed open. Dale walked out, guarded but unshaken. The hallway to Sector 9 was dark, walls pulsing with dim red light. His boots echoed softly. One of the guards behind him leaned in. "You know what's in there, don't you?" Dale didn't look back. "Maybe," he smiled. "Maybe I left something behind." As they neared the final door, it opened before they could touch it. Inside, a figure stood. Same height, same face, same sharp black suit, but no smirk, no charm, just stillness. Dale stared at his copy. The copy stared back. No one spoke, until Dale tilted his head slightly. "Well, either I'm looking at a mirror, or someone's been playing dress-up with my DNA." The other Dale responded coldly. "You compromised the mission. You flirted, drank, and played games." Dale laughed. "Yeah, it's called diplomacy. Look it up. You revealed yourself too soon." "I revealed just enough, especially to the one in the silver dress. She's a danger. She's a distraction. Same thing." "No." Dale stepped forward, eyes narrowing. "She's the key. You just don't know how to turn her." The copy didn't move. "Leave now. Go back to Earth. Let me finish this properly." Dale shook his head. "See? That's your problem, buddy. You want to finish it? I want to enjoy it." A pause. Tension thick enough to taste. Then the copy stepped forward. "So it's true." "What?" "You're not just a decoy." He leaned closer. "You're the original." Dale smiled. "Guilty." Before another word could be said, a bright blue flash exploded between them. Alarms flared again. "Security breach in Sector 9. Outside contact detected." The floor trembled. Lights turned white hot. The walls began to hum with energy. Dale turned to his copy. "Did you invite someone?" The copy's eyes narrowed. No, but she did. Back in the council room, the female Syraxian stood alone, watching a small screen flickering in her hand. It showed both Dale's and something else, a third signal. One she activated. She whispered softly to herself. "Let's see what happens when the predator becomes the prey." The energy in the chamber crackled, lights stuttering like the station itself was holding its breath. Between the two Dales, a third presence formed, not stepping in, materializing. The shape was feminine, tall, curved, dressed in a tight obsidian black suit that shimmered with every breath, eyes glowing gold, hair like dark smoke floating in zero gravity, lips designed to distract a species into extinction. Neither Dale spoke, both stared. The new woman smiled, voice like a soft electric hum. "Well, this just got interesting." She looked at Dale, then his clone. "Two of you, same DNA, but one of you's holding back." The clone stepped forward. "Who sent you?" She ignored him. Walked up to the original Dale instead. Close. Too close. Ran a finger down his chest. "You're the one they warned me about." Dale smiled. "I've been called worse, usually after breakfast." She tilted her head. "Let's see if you're as dangerous as they say." Then, without warning, she kissed him. Hard. Hot. The guards gasped. The clone stepped forward, shocked or jealous. The kiss broke. Dale's lips were still smirking. "I usually like to be bought dinner first." She laughed softly. "Oh, you're definitely the real one." Then she turned her back and threw a small silver cube into the air. It hovered, spun, and projected a hologram, the Syraxian female. But not how she looked at dinner. This was her real form, twice as large, twice as deadly, and surrounded by data files. "She's been playing both sides," the woman said, "feeding you fake info while reporting to the council's secret faction." Dale raised a brow. "So she's not into me after all?" "She's very into you," the woman smirked. "Just not in the way you think." He crossed his arms. "Always the dangerous ones. Why is it always the hot ones that try to kill me?" She stepped closer again. "Maybe they don't wow us. And to kill you, maybe they just want to break you." The clone interrupted. "Enough flirting. She's an informant, that's all." Dale grinned. "That's what makes it fun." The woman touched the side of her head. A new feed appeared, live footage of the Syraxian council chamber. It was empty. Dale's eyes narrowed. "Where are they?" She replied softly. "Heading to Earth." Silence. "What?" "They're moving now. They think they've learned enough. They've seen what your body can handle. They want to test it on a larger scale." Dale turned to his clone. "You knew this?" The clone hesitated. "They weren't supposed to move this fast." "Damn it." Dale clenched his fists. "If they reach Earth..." "They won't," the woman interrupted. Dale looked at her. "You got a plan?" She smiled. "No. You do. I just brought you the truth." He looked at the hovering drink still untouched on the table. Drink 3. The strongest one. He walked to it, lifted it. The clone stepped in. "That could fry your nervous system." Dale didn't blink. "It's not for me." He turned and threw it at the control panel. The glass shattered. Blue liquid spilled across circuits. The entire sector shut down in a blink. Power. Dead. Emergency lights flicked on, and in the darkness, the woman whispered behind him, "You didn't ask why I was really sent here." Dale turned slowly. "All right, tell me." She stepped into him again, body close, breath hot. "To see if you can handle 2 of us." Dale didn't move. Her breath brushed his cheek. Her words still hung in the air. To see if you can handle two of us. Behind them, the clone tensed. His voice was cold, sharp. Stop this! She's manipulating you! Dale didn't take his eyes off her. Maybe. But it's the most fun I've had all week. She leaned in closer, pressed a soft kiss against his jawline. I'm not trying to kill you, Dale. I'm trying to wake you. That froze him. What do you mean? Wake me? She stepped back, eyes glowing brighter now. You think this is real? She motioned around the corridor. This ship, this mission, her, him. She pointed at the clone. All of this is part of the trial. Dale blinked. Trial? The clone spoke now, hesitant. She's from the outer system. The core, where they test new species. Test us for what? Dale asked. She smiled. For dominance. A pause. Wait. You're saying this entire thing, the poison, the council, the seduction, was all just some alien test? She nodded. To see if humanity is as wild as they say, as dangerous, as irresistible. Dale chuckled darkly. Sounds like my last 3 Tinder dates. She smiled. Except this time, if you fail, your planet burns. The clone stepped in. This is bigger than you, Carter. We were trained to handle situations like this. But the woman cut him off. No, he was born for it. You were built. There's a difference. Dale raised an eyebrow. Okay, let's say I am the wild card they're testing. What's next? Another drink? Another kiss? Another fight? Her eyes narrowed. Next is temptation. Suddenly, the floor under them dropped. They fell, not through metal or tech, but through light. Pure, blinding light. And then, they were standing in a new room. Bigger, darker, hotter, and in the center was her, the Syraxian female. But not like before. Now she stood, in full form. No, disguise. No translator voice. Tall. Silver skin, eyes glowing red, wings like obsidian blades folded behind her back, and barely clothed. Just thin wraps of metallic fabric that left almost nothing to the imagination. She smiled slowly. So, you brought him. She walked toward Dale, hips swaying like she owned gravity. I didn't expect you to survive the 3rd drink. She reached out, touching his neck. Let alone still have your appetite. Dale's mouth curved. I'm not full yet, she grinned. And what do you hunger for? He leaned in. Power, truth, and maybe dessert. The clone groaned in disgust. This is ridiculous. She's manipulating his biology, flooding him with pheromones. The Syraxian turned to the clone. Oh, I know you can't feel anything. No passion, no chaos, no pleasure. Then she turned back to Dale. But him. He's alive. She placed something in his hand. A black crystal. It's the key to the final chamber, to the real test. He looked down at it. What's the test? She whispered. To see what happens when you stop pretending to be diplomatic and start being dangerous. The room darkened. Flames lit in a circle around him. The clone tried to speak, but vanished. The mysterious woman from before appeared again, beside the Syraxian now, both flanking him. Dale was alone in the center. 2 alien females, 1 mission, 1 door, 1 key. And the challenge? Pick a side, or burn with both. Dale stood in the center of the flame-lit circle, hands loose at his sides, black crystal glowing in his palm. To his left, the Syraxian female. Deadly, elegant, eyes sharp enough to cut through lies. To his right, the agent from the outer core, playful, mysterious, a voice like velvet wrapping around dynamite, both watching him, both wanting something. He didn't move, didn't blink. They weren't just beautiful, they were bait, and he knew it. He smiled. I've had dreams like this, usually after too much whiskey and bad decisions. The Syraxian stepped forward, her voice low, seductive. This isn't a dream, human. This is your final trial. She leaned in, lips inches from his ear. Choose wisely. Only one of us is telling the truth. The outer core agent laughed behind him. Oh, please, that old trick. Let's not pretend you're innocent in all this, Syraxia. He already knows you're lying. The question is, why you're lying? Dale turned slowly, looked between them, then held up the black crystal. What does this do? Both women spoke at once. It unlocks the core, then glared at each other. Dale raised an eyebrow. Core of what? Your ship, my mind, or your twisted little game? Neither answered. So he stepped closer to Syraxia. What happens if I pick you? She smiled. Earth becomes a galactic superpower, and you become something no human's ever been. He chuckled. Married? She smirked. No. Feared. Then he turned to the other. And if I pick you? The agent leaned in. You survive, but you'll have to earn every answer with your hands. He tilted his head. That sounds like hard work. She whispered. You look like the type who likes to sweat. Dale laughed. I am that type. He looked down at the crystal, still glowing. A sudden pulse of heat rose from the floor. Both women stepped back. A deep, mechanical voice filled the room. Decision imminent. Candidate must choose. One door opens, one dies. Dale blinked. Wait, what? The women looked at him, silent, waiting. The lights above flickered. 2 doors appeared behind each of them, identical, black, pulsing. The only difference? One of them was real. One led to death. Dale narrowed his eyes. This wasn't about trust. It was about instinct. About knowing when someone wanted to help and when someone wanted to own you. He looked at the Syraxian, too perfect, too scripted. Her body language screamed seduction, but her eyes whispered control. Then he looked at the agent. She was still smirking, still teasing, but behind it, a spark. Not just attraction. Respect. She liked him because she didn't control him. He made his choice. Walked over to the agent, handed her the crystal, leaned in close. Don't make me regret this. She smiled. Only thing you'll regret is not choosing me sooner. She touched the door. It slid open. Light spilled through, warm, welcoming. Then, a scream. Behind them, Syraxia's body began to convulse. Her skin cracked. Liquid metal leaked from her spine. She dropped to her knees, voice glitching. You were supposed to fall. Dale stepped forward. I fall, but only for the ones who know how to catch me. She screamed and exploded into a mist of red sparks. Gone. Forever. The chamber dissolved. Suddenly, he was in a new room. Simple, clean, 1 chair, 1 table, and sitting across from him was himself. Not the clone, not a reflection, but him, older, sharper, eyes filled with knowledge and pain. He looked up and said, You passed, but do you even know what you've unlocked? Dale stared at the man in front of him. Same jawline, same eyes, same lazy, dangerous smirk. But there was something different now, something older, wiser, wounded. Okay, Dale said slowly. I've seen clones, aliens, assassins, and seductive snake women. But this one's new. The older version didn't smile. I'm not a clone, he said. I'm not a test. What's waiting for you at the end of this path? Dale raised a brow. Damn. Do I always get hotter with age? The man didn't laugh. Listen, idiot. This is not a joke. You just unlocked the core, and with it, something no humans touched before. Dale crossed his arms. Let me guess. Unlimited power, ancient weapon, or galactic harem? The older Dale leaned in. No. You unlocked the ability to decide what humanity becomes. Silence. Then, Dale chuckled. You sure it's not the harem? The man didn't blink. You think this was just a trial? Just aliens testing how much poison you can drink while flirting with danger? Dale smirked. I mean, yeah, that's kind of my thing. The man stood. You've proven humans aren't just strong. They're unpredictable, untamed, irresistible, terrifying. He turned to a large screen behind him. It flickered on. Planets, dozens, all watching the feed, all waiting. Dale's voice suddenly echoed across the stars. Candidate Carter has completed the final core trial, awaiting final choice, Earth as ally or Earth as threat. Dale blinked. Wait, what? The older version stepped aside. You get to choose. You're the symbol now. The example. Dale turned slowly, looked at the screen. The agent was there too, smiling, watching. She spoke into his earpiece. You've made quite an impression, Commander. Now, let's see if you finish strong. He glanced to the button on the console. 2 options, Galactic integration or PredatorProtocol. He raised an eyebrow. You named a protocol after me? The voice replied. We named it after your species. He looked at both buttons. One meant Earth would join the Galactic Alliance, get access to tech, trade, safety. The other meant Earth would remain isolated, feared, but free. Dale cracked his knuckles. You know, safety's never been sexy. The older Dale smiled, just a little. And the galaxy's never seen what happens when a human chooses freedom over comfort. Dale hovered over the second button. Predator Protocol, the same name as his story, the same instinct that made him drink poison, kiss aliens, and laugh in the face of death. He looked into the camera, smirked, and said, Tell the galaxy, humanity doesn't join tables. We flip them. He slammed the button. Lights roared, stars blinked, and across hundreds of systems, warnings flashed. Earth, status updated. Do not engage. Repeat, do not engage. The woman's voice purred in his ear. You just made half the galaxy wet themselves, and the other half wet for you. He laughed. Story of my life. Then the screen went dark. Dale Carter lit a cigar, walked out the chamber, and somewhere behind him, a new signal began broadcasting. Not a warning, a message. You tried to poison a human. He asked for a second glass.